It's so good to finally meet you. I heard many good things about you.
Me? Oh, really? From who? From who?
How do you
Oh,
say
really? Oh, for what?
It's just
For what?
I told her that you're very active, and
filling
I told her
out
that you're
applications
English
to
speaking.
Yeah, don't believe. No.
So how long have you been in South Korea? Are you a student?
Almost. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
student. Yeah. I came here. How long? Almost 3 years.
3 years? Okay. And what are you studying? In
At
college?
Hanguk University Foreign Studies.
Oh, foreign studies.
No, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I just started.
Yeah.
Right this year.
Wow.
This year.
왜 이렇게 더듬거려? 어?
뭐요?
왜 이렇게 말을 더듬거려?
아니 내가 한국 사람이잖아요. 왜 그러세요? 말아주지 마세요.
재밌잖아.
무슨 말 하면 좋을까요?
뭘 해야 돼요?
Hi, my name is Jisoo.
와.
Hey.
So excited to go to Geneva, and I'm the head manager. Supposed to be head manager, but I'm trying hard as much as I can, and I love our group, and I'm looking forward to meet everybody.
How about just the Geneva project in North Korea?
But we have to take a message to just
But we have so many different issues, it's hard to say just one message.
This is so public, but they are performing this kind of thing. Wow.
What are you doing now?
We're subtitling a film. It's called 48 Meters. This is a film that we're going to be presenting the world premiere at today at the UN Human Rights Council meeting. So we're just having to change some of the words.
바로 이틀 안 온 것도 아니고 해상 경비 심한 거 어제 오늘 일이니?
So how long do we left for film screening?
We're going to be screening this in about 3 hours, 2.5 hours. It's exciting. It's really exciting. Chronically malnourished, and millions of North Koreans have died from starvation just over the last decade. North Korea can be described as a complex combination of a humanitarian and human rights crisis.
Involved. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and being sent to a concentration camp.
campaigning outside. So she knew about this.
Yeah, we're both like taping and smiling at everyone.
Yeah.
The latest South Korean feature film capturing the struggle of the North Korean people. The film was created through the collaboration of more than 300 North Korean defectors looking to shed light on the reality of human rights violations in North Korea. The title of the film, 48 Meters, expresses the shortest width of the Yalu River, a river which separates North Korea and China. This film tells the story of the dreams, hopes, and lives of defectors as they attempt to cross the river in hopes of a better life. More than 2/3 of North Korea's population is estimated to be chronically malnourished, and millions are estimated to have died from starvation just over the last decade. North Korea can be described as a complex combination of both a humanitarian and a human rights crisis. For many North Koreans, their only hope of survival is to leave the country and seek a better life beyond the confines of North Korea. As this film will show you, crossing the river and defecting is not easy, and has become even more difficult with the recently appointed new leader, Kim Jong-un. The film's major funder is a North Korean defector who sponsored the film to raise awareness. Before we screen the film, Lee Song-min, a North Korean defector, will speak of the challenges he faced in the country and how he left in search of a better life. Please stick around after the film where we will open up the floor for a quick Q&A session. This film runs in conjunction with our campaign entitled Voiceless, Truthless, Blinded, the North Korean. Voiceless reflects the lack of freedom of expression and the lack of international presence of the North Korean people. Truthless represents the complete censorship of outside information in North Korea. Finally, Blinded represents the unbelievable indoctrination of the North Korean people by their own North Korean regime. The cups, which many of you are using, is one of many ways in which we are delivering this message. This film is being co-presented to you today by People for Successful Korean Reunification, or PSCORE, and the North Korean Human Rights Film Festival, or NKHRFF. Founded in Seoul, South Korea in 2006, PSCORE is a non-profit organization striving for mutual understanding and harmony between the two Koreas, and aims to provide a platform to discuss topics such as democracy, human rights, and social issues. PSCORE recently received the UN's ECOSOC consultative status and remains the sole North Korean human rights organization to hold this unique position. Its founder, Kim Young-il, is a North Korean who defected the country more than a decade ago and created the organization as a means to assist other North Koreans. My name is Gilad Cohen, and I'm the founder and director of NKHRFF. Founded this year in 2012, NKHRFF is an annual non-for-profit film festival based out of Toronto, Canada. Our first film festival in July 2012 attracted film directors and media and was featured on numerous Canadian and international newspapers, radio, and TV stations. In just a few short months, more than 1,000 individuals interacted with our film festival, including film directors, members of City Council, and the Consul General of the South Korean Consulate in Toronto, and several leading academics and human rights activists and organizations fighting to spread awareness of North Korean human rights abuses. NKHRFF aims to raise awareness of North Korean human rights abuses through the arts and primarily through film. Our second annual film festival will take place in Toronto in October 2013. At this time, I would like to introduce the founder and director of PSCORE, Mr. Kim Young-il.
Good afternoon. Have you eaten today? This is a standard North Korean style greeting. First, I want to thank you for coming to our event. And I'd like to thank you, our staff, who made this possible. Today, I'm going to speak about the background of the organization I founded, PSCORE, and mention the movie 48 Meters, which we will watch today. I escaped from North Korea in 1996. I was 19 years old and a soldier in the military. In North Korea, every man must serve in the military for 10 years. Naturally, I was to the same, but I escaped after just 2 years into my military service. I didn't live in North Korea alone. My family and I escaped together. We escaped because we were starving. The mid-90s was the hardest time for North Korean people. After the first dictator, Kim Il-sung died. His son Kim Jong-il tightened civilian control and killed anyone who stood in his way in order to keep an absolute dictatorship. When the Soviet Union collapsed, food and energy aid to North Korean stopped. In South Hamgyong province, where I live, we stopped getting basic things like seed, fertilizer, and pesticides. As a result, we couldn't grow food. I watched many people die. Most died from malnutrition and with no medicine. Many died without treatment. This was not just the civilians, but soldiers like me. It was then my family and I realized we would face the same fate. We decided we must escape from North Korea, even if it meant risking our lives. In 1996, I fled North Korea and lived hiding for 4 years in China. In 2001, I finally made it to South Korea, where freedom and human rights are protected. I studied in college for 4 years, and in 2006, with the help of other North Korean defectors, South Koreans, and other people from around the world, I founded the organization I currently run. PSCOR stands for People for Successful Korean Education. We provide education and support the more than 24,000 North Korean refugees in South Korea. Because when they first come, they are not prepared for South Korean society and you need help. We also work to bring awareness about North Korea human rights abuses in South Korea and internationally. The film is presented today tells the true story of 9 people who tried to escape from North Korea. Then other defectors and I watched this movie. We feel it is very real and our passion for helping these people becomes stronger. This movie only talks about a few stories. There are many more that we are not able to show today. Even so, I hope that through this movie, the dire situation in North Korea will be able to reach you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate everyone for coming to today's movie. Thanks so much all of you who are here in this room today. Let me introduce myself. My name is I성min씨. I was born and grew up in South Korea and defected in 2009, and I arrived South Korea in 2010. I escaped from South Korea to find freedom and to escape from this horrible food famine situation. I came to South Korea via China and Laos and Thailand, and it was really long and difficult journey, but I made it. Currently, I'm a student at Hanguk University of Foreign Studies and a student journalist at Ministry of Unification. Let me talk to you about outline of today's movie from my experience in North Korea. The movie shows the people who try to escape from North Korea to go to South Korea to survive. They are trying to cross the river, which separates China and North Korea. When I saw this movie for the first time, I almost cried because the movie made me think of my own life in North Korea. If anyone tries to escape, they are killed. Women, children, it doesn't matter. These people are just looking for food and medicine. But North Korea government, they consider these people as a treason. And anyone who tries to escape are considered traitors. The new dictator of North Korea government, Kim Jong-un, has strengthened these powers, sending 200,000 more soldiers to the borders with orders to kill and shoot anyone who tries to cross the border line. For those who are caught planning an escape, they are sent to a concentration camp where they face severe torture and punishment. What's worse, that person's entire family is sent to concentration camp with them, regardless of whether or not they were involved. Imagine, in the middle of the night, the people are being sent to concentration camp for something that their cousins did. This is a reality situation in North Korea. I saw and witnessed these horrible situations and even public executions. It is an everyday life for millions of my people in North Korea. I am not a politician, a diplomat, or even a social activist. I am here today as a human being. I want to let the world know the horrible things happening at this moment in North Korea. It's much worse than you can even imagine. And it's still happening this very second. Through my testimony and this film, we hope we'll become more aware of the situation in North Korea and continue to tell others about what my people are going through. I'm so happy to answer any questions you may have after this movie. Thanks so much. Thank you. They tried to enter China. They tried to escape from North Korea. So I can say is some of them is shot fire is on the river between North Korea and South China is borderline, and some of them are sent to political concentration camp. Some of them will be shot as public execution. It's numerous of public people. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. I'm from the Permanent Mission of Romania. I just wanted to ask our host from North Korea, how widespread is the phenomenon of trying to illegally cross the borders or to escape from North Korea now? And what are the repercussions for the relatives of those who are crossing the borders?
영화에서는 너무 이렇게 적은 돈으로 이렇게 만들다 보니까 모든 게 한국의 어떤 북한하고 비슷한 거리하고 그런 상황들을 제안했는데 거리가 너무 깨끗하고 그리고 북한에 전기가 거의 없어요. 근데 여기 TV에는 전기가 굉장히 밝은 건 나오는데 거의 전기도 없고 여기 영화에서 나온 사람들 옷은 또 굉장히 잘 입었어요. 북한 사람들이 입는 옷도 다르고 아까 창민 씨가 좀 경험을 얘기했는데 그런 부분이 다르다는 점을 먼저 답변해 주세요.
Okay, aside from your question, he said, since we had limited budget to show realistic view of North streets and the village, the movie has a limitation because in North Korea the situation is far worse than the movie. There's no electricity and the actors are comparatively more better, well dressed. So the movie doesn't show what's really going on in North Korea. You have to think that it's happening worse in North Korea.
90년 중반에 탈북이 굉장히 많이 시작됐는데 너무 갑작스럽게 북한이 좀 힘들었어요. 왜냐하면 그 전에는 정부에서 이렇게 대북을 그래도 이렇게 주고 아주 적은 양이지만 식량이 내국됐는데 90년대 들어오면서 이 식량 공급이 거의 중단되다시피 해가지고 정부로부터 이렇게 쌀을 배급받던 사람들이 갑자기 정말 굶어 죽을 위기에 당한 거죠. 그때 정말 자기도 모르게 중국에 간 사람도 많아요. 예를 들면 먹고 살기 위해서 막 여기저기 걸어다니다가 강을 건너는데 어느 순간 중국에 넘어 대체수도 많았고 그때는 정말 사람들이 많은 사람들이 중국으로 갔는데 최근에 들어오면서 중국하고 북한의 어떤 이 경제가 심화되면서 올해는 탈북이 좀 굉장히 줄어들었어요. 정확하게 중국에 얼마나 많은 탈북자들이 와 있는지 잘 모르겠는데 한국에는 작년까지만 해도 1년에 한 3,000명 정도, 3,000명 정도 탈북자가 입국했고 올해는 경기가 너무 심해가지고
Yes, so the whole world knows about Korea and all the many tragedies which occurred over the recent history. And of course, when I read that there was a session here at this time, although late in the week, I thought I shouldn't miss it because we hear a lot of vague things about North Korea, but we rarely have a first-hand testimony. So I decided to come. I came. The film was already started. The film does not, let's say, add much to what I already knew about North Korea, but of course it makes all these single destinies very touching and moving, and we wonder whether we ourselves would stand such hardship. What can be changed in North Korea is still another question, because the world knows, the North Korean leaders know, what the Korean people know about the rest of the world is another matter, but everybody in the world knows about the situation there, at least in the main lines, and still prospects for change are limited. I also must say, and this is maybe not what you expected, I would say that recently, when reading on Wikipedia something about the Korean War, I realized that there was a time when a lot of horrors happened against the communists in the South, and now it's such a long time since that we have forgotten, but one should never forget the hardships and suffering of people, however long time and wherever they happen. So I know that in South Korea, during the Korea War, there were also reasons for communists to consider that they were being victims, but now it is, and for a very long time, the whole people in the North being the victims of a government which claims to be at the service of the people. So this film was touching, although everything was very dark, and but at least it triggers in us the desire to know more about the situation, about what Northern Korean citizens really live and know. And in particular, I would be interested to know what do they learn about the outside world and how do they react to that, because probably there are radio programs being listened to in the North. There are inevitably some letter exchange, some phone exchange. I understand that some people are sometimes returning there, so there must be information circulating, and in the future I will be keen to know more about what is the real state of information and daily cultural and civic life of North Korean citizens. Sorry, I was a bit long, but this was improvised.
So, how was the campaign?
Campaign was well, or it was good. We learned so much stuff. I think that doesn't matter how much we prepared or how many emails we sent and how many documents we read. I mean, you really just have to be on the ground here and going through the motions and actually going to events to really learn everything. So it's been a whirlwind experience. I can't believe it's already over. I feel like we just got off the plane yesterday, and I'm really, really excited to take the information that we learned and bring it back to Peace Corps, bring it back to the office, and really use this information in the future to make Friday night, I apologize, much more effective campaigns, much more succinct ideas, and really just I think this is a really, really good opportunity for Peace Corps to further promote its international presence.
So what was the meaning for this campaign for you?
This issue is quite important to me, and some people may think it's a little bit odd. I'm not a Korean. I don't have any Korean family. However, this is an issue that I feel extremely strongly about. And as an American coming from outside of Korea, we really have no idea about the problems that these North Korean people face. And I think that is really representative of much of the international community. And so, as somebody who comes outside of Korea, as a Wegogi, I think that I can bring an important perspective to these issues. And really, for me, what it means to me is using my opportunities and my freedoms to help those that don't have them. I have such an easy life compared to 24 million people, and what am I going to do with that? And that's what it means to me.
Okay. So what did you learn through this campaign?
I learned that you can send an email to one person, get a response from a second person, and then talk to the phone with a third person, all from the same office, and they will tell you all the different things. Also, I learned the importance of being professional and representing your organization well. This isn't about us, and this isn't about having a big vacation in Geneva. It's important that you are a campaign member of Peace Corps the entire time, whether or not you're at the UN, you're at the hotel. And so, I really learned to be professional and to represent myself in a way that other countries would judge the organization by. So.
Yeah, you were so supportive and you were very helpful. Thank you, Arias.
Thank you. See you next year.
Right. Okay. Yeah, how was the campaigning?
The campaigning has been really, really good. Probably the best part was the screening we just did of this North Korean film, 48 Meters. It was great to come into this room at the UN with. To be honest, we didn't have the best expectations. Just speaking to people here at the UN Human Rights Council meeting, we thought it'd be an empty room, but to have maybe 30 or 40 people, some of them delegates from countries, representatives from Human Rights Watch, people from all these governments, and to have them give us their feedback and to ask questions and to be informed and for them to walk away knowing about Peace Corps is an amazing thing that I think we should all be very proud of.
So what was the meaning for you having North Korean human rights campaign in UN?
For me personally, my biggest, the thing that I probably take away from this that makes me most happy is the fact that I wasn't invited by Peace Corps to come and participate at the UN Human Rights Council meeting. It's not something that many people can say they've done, let alone be able to get 4 or 5 minutes on a microphone and be able to share about my relation to North Korean human rights, or to raise awareness of North Korean human rights. It's an incredible opportunity that even 3 months ago I never would have thought I would have been given. And so that for me is probably what I'm most proud of, is the fact that I was invited here to participate. Thanks, Peace Corps.
Thank you. How was the campaign?
I think the campaign, for me, it was the first time to join some campaign like this, but I think all in all we reached a lot of people. We got to know a lot of people, we got to know NGOs, we got to know how the UN works. We kind of like acclimatized here, so I think we're prepared much better for the march when we come back, hopefully. I don't know if I'm going to be able to join, but of course I will have to, try to help you guys. All in all, I think there are things that we can do better next time. But it was the first time here for all of us, and I think it was really valuable. And I think especially tonight, there were a lot of people coming. I think everybody was happy to be here and to know about the issue. And I think, as also the girl from Human Rights Watch said, I think that when we continue to inform the public about it, especially also the UN, that maybe we can convince like some other countries to also act on the issue and finally support us. And then in the end, we'll hope that somehow that our cause or our goal will be in place and we have a unified and free Korea.
So, what was the meaning for you in this campaign?
Since I'm from Switzerland, I will be like the local guide. I was like the local guide, about transportation. I was supporting with materials that we needed for outdoor campaign. And then I was also supporting the campaign members, like with all the preparations they did. And also here, leading you guys around and like showing you. And then in the end, I was also a tour guide. So for me, it was like a really lot of work and a lot of really nice experiences. And I'm very happy to be able to join this campaign and to meet all of you guys. Absolutely great team. And we have a really good, I think, we worked really well together. And I'm very happy that I had the chance to support the good cause and support Peace Corps. And I hope my internship that will follow will be also as good as this campaign was here. And I'm really looking forward to come to Korea with you guys and continue the work together. Yeah.